Countless thousands of New Mexico children are learning early that school doesn't matter, that it's no big deal to miss school. That's a lesson that points them straight down a dead-end street when they're still kindergartners and first graders. News 13's Katie Kim is on special assignment tonight to expose just how bad the truancy problem has become and the new plan by APS to fight it.
On any given morning in Albuquerque, parents race against the clock to get their kids up and out the door.
Ever give you any grief in the morning? They don't want to wake up?
For Jessica Leba's little ones, skipping school is never an option.
I don't like them to miss at all because I know when I missed, it was hard for me to catch up, so I figure that a lot of it has to do with attendance.
And what country is this?
But in classrooms around Albuquerque, more seats are empty, from high school all the way down to kindergarten. Last school year, more than 15,000 of APS's approximately 100,000 students were habitually truant. That means 15% of the student body racked up 10 or more unexcused absences.
If you've missed 10 or more days of school, it's really hard to make up the work.
And some students have missed much more than 10 days. But according to APS, even more concerning is how many absences the district's youngest students are racking up. Last year's attendance numbers show one student, a kindergartner at Barcelona Elementary, skipped 53 days of school. A second grader at Marianne Binford Elementary was absent 68 days. And a fifth grader at Bellhaven Elementary missed a whopping 96 days of class, half the school year.
It's dinner time.
In fact, last school year, 1/5 of the students at 8 Albuquerque elementary schools were considered habitually truant. Atrisco and Emerson Elementaries topped the list. APS officials are well aware of the problem.
There's no silver bullet for truancy. If there was, we wouldn't have a truancy problem.
But APS officials think they've found a cost-free solution. The district will roll out a pilot plan in the fall, focusing on 14 schools that tackled truancy earlier. Existing teams of nurses and counselors at each school will now intervene when a student misses 5 days instead of 10. Parents will be required to attend an in-person meeting with school officials to hammer out a specific plan to each family that makes sure students are in class.
And it may be, I work 2 jobs, I'm not home when my kid has to leave for school. So how do we work with that parent? Do they have other family members that can help get the kid off to school? Is there a neighbor that can help them get the kid off to school?
Right now, just 7 people are charged with tracking down and dealing with habitually truant students in APS schools. Their work includes phone calls and sometimes home visits. If school efforts don't work, APS can refer the cases to the state's Children, Youth, and Families Department. And if that's not enough, the district attorney can get involved. But that almost never happens.
The goal has never been to prosecute. It's always been to use prosecution as a hammer to change the behavior and get the kids in school.
School officials agree parents sitting in jail won't help their kids get to school. They believe catching kids earlier will put a big dent in the sky-high truancy numbers.
That's where we have to focus, on prevention and early intervention. And if we're doing that, then we're doing our part to get kids back into school and keep them there.
On special assignment, Katie Kim, KRQE News 13.
If that pilot plan works next fall, the new policy could be in all APS schools by next spring.
Mark, the storm